Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with a surprise midweek video. Last night, Marvel announced that they had reached a deal with Sony Pictures concerning Spider-Man. First off, for those who might not have been aware, though Spider-Man is a Marvel Comics character, his film rights were sold to Sony back in the 90s because Marvel needed money. And as such, he has not been able to appear in any of the Marvel movies, such as Avengers or the upcoming Avengers 2, so on and so forth. What is said is that basically Sony will retain creative control and gets to continue, having their brand on and whatnot, and product placement, so on and so forth. However, the movies will be co-produced by Marvel Studios and take place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Most sources claim that Andrew Garfield, who played Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, is out, which means that we're probably going to see a reboot of the franchise yet again. But to be perfectly honest, that's kind of a good thing. Bringing in the baggage of the Amazing Spider-Man movies into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and then trying to fit everything of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into Amazing Spider-Man, that's just... I don't think that could work. I think that the best route is a simple reboot and probably just do the origin quickly, and then get to the story. There are various sources are saying that the first appearance of Spider-Man will be in Captain America: Civil War, but no one confirmed to be with either Marvel or Sony is saying this. So that's a rumor. The first actual or definitive Marvel Cinematic Universe appearance of Spider-Man will be the next Spider-Man movie, which will be released in July of 2017. The spin-off movies that Sony had planned are currently delayed. I kind of am looking at that as to mean they've been scrapped. All Marvel Comics movies all Marvel Studios movies coming out between Doctor Strange and Avengers Infinity War have had their release dates pushed back, this includes Inhumans. However, both parts of Infinity War retain their previously announced release dates. Now, some possibilities this opens up. First off, with the Netflix shows, one having Spider-Man and or some of his allies popping up in the shows, because Spider-Man and many of his allies and enemies, in fact, as well, are very grounded street level, or at least very street level characters. So, seeing characters like that in Daredevil, aka Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Defenders, those are possibilities that make sense. Also, it's a good possibility we're finally seeing the end of the Jessica Drew Spider-Woman debate. Basically, it was a question as to which company owned her movie rights, because she's Spider-Woman, but she has no link to Spider-Man aside from being a fellow Avenger. Lately, in the last few years, she's been playing a much larger role, supporting-wise, in Spider-Man titles, but that's been a much more recent thing. We'll probably see Spider-Man becoming an Avenger, which that's the kind of thing that you can pretty much bet that's going to happen. And like I mentioned earlier, we'll probably be seeing a reboot of the franchise once again. Go with the title Web of Spider-Man. Some thoughts on how that should be handled. First off, don't open up with the Goblin. which Amazing Spider-Man did a good job of not opening up with the Goblin, but if possible, use a villain that hadn't been used in the movies yet. Mysterio is a good choice. Craven. Introduce at least the Osborns in the first movie. Probably even the Stacys, but and establish the existence of the Daily Bugle. Finally, if you're going to have J. Jonah Jameson in the movies, there's only one actor who can do the role justice, and that is J.K. Simmons. If you don't want J.K. Simmons playing Jameson, don't bother using the character at all. Anyway, that's all I got. We'll be back tomorrow with the weekly TV roundup. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It's Rock and Roll Spock signing off. Live long, rock hard.